Hi guys, welcome back to Love from the Kitchen. Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. Today we are going to make some stir fry, and I got this at the dollar store. Matter of fact, I got all this at the dollar store, so there's about $3.75 worth of stuff here. We've got the stir fry with onions and peppers in it, bell peppers, and for protein, we're going to use the frozen mussels. And then we've also got some Polish sausage we're going to use. So I've been heating up the wok over here, and we're going to put that on hold just a minute. And we're going to, well, these are frozen. I'm going to get the scissors here. We'll go ahead and cut these open. We're going to start these cooking because they're frozen. There we go. That'll cool things off. And then we're going to put in some mussels. They're frozen as well. We're going to get all that cooking. And while those things are cooking, we're going to open up this sausage. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll go ahead and open this sausage like that. Yes. Put that on the cutting board. We're going to slice this up. You could do the diagonal thing, but it makes the pieces really big. I like to just do it like this. In Chinese cooking, how they get those long is they'll slice it this way. So I'm not as big a fan of that because this makes big pieces. They do it because they want you to think you're getting a lot more than you actually are. Now the trick behind all this is going to be in the seasoning. We're going to use Asian seasonings. And the thing about this dish, really, it's high in protein, low in fat, fair amount of sodium, I would think, just in the sausage. Not so much in the other ingredients because they're not paired with anything in them. And I'll put that away. And now we're going to add some, speaking of sodium, we're just going to add about that much salt. That's about a teaspoon. We're going to add about, oh, I'm not going to add any of that. I don't have any pepper. We're going to add some onion powder, granulated. Make sure it's granulated. One time I went to a store and I got onion powder, and it was really powder. So I make sure that it's granulated powder, not fine powdered. And we're going to add a little bit of ginger. So that was onion powder, garlic powder, granulated. We're going to add some ground ginger, just a little bit. About half a teaspoon. I do have some white pepper, so we will use about half a teaspoon of white pepper in here. More common in Chinese cooking. We're going to add about half a teaspoon of this curry powder. Not very much. Oh, I do have a, look, I got a brand new grinder, black peppercorn grinder. Oh, I forgot about this. If we can make it work. I don't recommend you do that because you could, see, get that plastic off. There we go. We're getting it. There we go. I'm going to take this lid off. There we go. And you want to set this thing, I like to set it to minimum size. I like small size pepper. Well, fresh grind is always better anyway. I wonder if I can get that to go. I think that's all the way. All the way minimum. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, throw that away. I'll put that lid back on this thing. When we're going to give all this a mix, I'm going to use my wooden spoons. I really like them for doing this sort of thing. And the simple part about this is just make it with some steamed rice. Make some steamed rice. And when you get this basically hot, you're just going to serve it over rice. Now, there is some liquid in there from the vegetables. You can cook that and reduce that liquid down. We're going to add some soy sauce in here. About a tablespoon, probably. And we're going to add a little bit of this. It's a very mild chili oil. You can get it in some markets, just a little bit. Then we're going to add some, I would use oyster, but I've only got hoisin, so we're going to use hoisin sauce. We're going to drizzle that around the edge because we want it to melt. There you go. So about a teaspoon of hoisin sauce. I'll add a little Asian umami flavor to it. Now, I don't have any, oh, wait a minute, did I? No, I don't have any minced garlic or any fresh garlic to even mince. Oh, I'm going to put a little bit of, this is pineapple. I got at the dollar store. We're going to put a little bit of that in there, like so. And then, secret ingredient, I'll be right back. Okay. Now we want to stir all this up. And basically, we're going to cook this until all that liquid inside this wok reduces down. Way too liquidy, but that's from the veggies and from them being frozen. The frost is thawing out the mussels and the veggies. So we need to, got that turned up pretty good. We're just going to let that cook. Let's say about 5 minutes. We'll set the timer and let that cook till it reduces some of that juice down. We don't want all that juice in there. I'm also going to add a little bit of fish sauce, probably about a teaspoon. I'm just going to drizzle some of that in there. Not too much. Pretty strong stuff. Always keep fish sauce on hand. So you use whatever's in your pantry. Your basic seasoning for any stir fry type dish is salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. And if you want the Asian flavor, use soy sauce. If you want the Mexican flavor, use cumin and Mexican oregano, not Italian oregano. There's a difference in definite difference in taste, and they do look a little different as well. So keep some frozen veggies in your freezer and some frozen proteins, and you can make a dish in pretty short order. This will take probably a total of about 15 minutes prep and cook time. We want all that broth reduced, so we're going to just push all this to the side. Now, this is the nice thing about cooking with a wok. You're like, well, Harvey, why are you using a wok instead of a pan? A couple reasons. One is quantity. A woks will hold a lot of food. Number two, it also, because of the high sides, retains the food inside. You don't get a lot of splatter outside when things are frying. Another reason is you can push your food up the sides and then cook out the middle. You can either, reduce liquid like we're doing now, or you can use it to cook something else. And like sometimes if I'm doing fried rice, you cook the egg and all the ingredient for the rice, push it to the side, up the sides, put the rice in the middle, season the rice, and then bring all the other ingredients back down into the wok. In this situation, we want this to vapor out. We want this to steam off. So this is really good thing for the wok. That's much easier to do than what's to do in the frying pan. So I recommend this one is cast iron. I had to season it. You can get non-stick woks, and if you're not comfortable with seasoning or working with cast iron, I would recommend getting a non-stick wok and get the kind that work best on your stove. This one works really well on electric stoves because it has a flat bottom. I do not recommend the ones that are round bottom that sit in a ring for an electric stove. They get too hot and the ring will actually burn the outside edge of the stove on the outside of the ring. Those are made for a gas burner stove. Also, don't cook a wok on a flame like a gas burner stove or a barbecue and then put it on an electric stove, because the soot on the outside from the smoke will dissolve off into your stove on an electric stove. I've had that happen, and that's how I know. So this is bubbling really well, and that's what we want it to do. We want to get rid of that liquid. I've got some steamed rice that we made a couple days ago. I'm going to microwave it for 1 minute. This is reduced down to where I need it. There's just a little bit of juice, and that's perfect. I'll keep everything nice and fresh. Everything's cooked perfectly. Go ahead and turn the heat off. Get rid of this. And as soon as the rice is done, we're going to plate it up and we'll be good to go. It really was pretty easy. It took longer to reduce the liquid in there than it did anything, I think, at this point. So I just want to show you how easy and simple it is and how inexpensive. This whole meal is like $4 from the Dollar Tree. It'll feed 4 people one meal, or it'll feed 2 people a couple of meals. We're just going to put some of that on there like that. And we're going to say, bon appetit. There it is. There's a Polish sausage and mussel stir fry, courtesy of Dollar Tree. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let's give it a taste test. You know, we always like to share with you the reaction to the taste because the facial expressions are hard to hide. And so you can see when I taste it, it's going to be like, ooh, not quite right, or too salty, or something's not right. I'll tell you. I want to be upfront and honest. So there's a little bit of mussel, a little bit of sausage. Those are pretty good flavors together, actually. Mmm. What a wonderful savory dish. It really is. I wish I could have had some fresh garlic in it. But it's kind of burning my mouth because it's really super hot. But the flavor is really good. I hope you give it a try. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day and hope you have a good new year.